So as it stands right now, Seattle and Utah Valley both picked up wins today. Seattle beat New Mexico State 3-2 earlier today. Utah Valley beat Chicago State 4-0. So now they both sit alone at the top of the standings. California Baptist in third, Lopes behind them in fourth. That one's played up long. Larson gonna look to run it down. Looks like CBU's gonna beat her to it. They will. That's gonna be Hill with it. And it's off of the dome of Iron Shad. Throw in from the Lopes. Gets out of play. They're going to get another one. So California Baptist, if they want a share of the regular season title, they are going to need a win here to stay alive today.
I see Robert.
They'll get Seattle next Friday. The Lopes are the only team to score more than one time in a game on this Lancer side. That came on Thursday night when they drew 2-2 in double overtime. It was Ferguson in the 41st, and then it was tied up by Aquino in the 59th. It was Iron Shad in the 71st to give the Lopes a 2-1 lead. And then in the 82nd, it was Coronado. Salvador had to make 8 saves. She had 2 in the first half, 2 in the second half, 2 in the first overtime, 2 in the second overtime. So you can't say that the Lopes didn't have chances to win that one, but they played very well against the top-tier team in the Western Athletic Conference. Now, a reminder, the Lopes have split with the two teams at the top of the leaderboard. So they split games with Seattle, lost 4-2, won 2-1. Lost to Utah Valley 1-0, beat Utah Valley 1-0. That opened their WAC play. So the Lopes not afraid to play anybody, and they have caught fire. They're 3-0-1 in their last 4 matches. So undefeated, do have that tie that came on Thursday, but took down Chicago State 6-1, 4-0, and UTRGV 3-0 the last time they were at home after dropping a heartbreaker to UTRGV 2-1. Lopes have it. This is Hill. Lopes going to pick up the throw. Hill's got it. She'll throw it in. Iron Shad off the head. It will find Weeks for California Baptist. Hill reading that one, steps in. Ends up being won back by the Lancers. Lopes doing really well, applying a ton of pressure. Edwards off the header. Lancers have it far side. You know, they thought coming into this one, it'd be California Baptist really with their foot on the gas pedal, just trying to catch a share at least of that regular season title since they are ineligible for the WAC tournament. 6 teams are taken. They'll be here in Phoenix on the 13th through the 17th. Lopes pick it back up. Here's Mendenhall. Iron Shad's got to adjust. Can she keep it in place? She will. She'll send one in, and her cross is an errant one out of play. That is the early, so the goal by Hannah Edwards is the earliest goal California Baptist has given up all season. The previous was the 11th minute against New Mexico State on March the 20th. So not only have the Lopes been the only team to score more than 1 goal on California Baptist this season, they are also the team that has scored the earliest goal. Coach St. Clair wants a foul, not going to get a good slide challenge from Haley Bostard, and it's a throw-in for the Lancers. We'd like to thank our SID, Jared Moon, for that information on the earliest goal from California Baptist. As they're going to be playing from behind at least the rest of the way for now. Been 7 minutes since the Lopes scored. We're just past the 10th minute. Schimmer has it for the Lopes. Crossing midfield, here she comes. Playing it out wide. This is Cam Larson. Sends in a left-footed cross, and it's deflected out of play. Another throw-in coming for GCU. In a dangerous position, looking to add on to this. They have played well at home this season. The record might not necessarily reflect it. Just 2 wins. That one's sent in. Shot from distance is over the crossbar, and a good strike from the Lopes. Just goes a little high. Hello everyone, sitting down with the head coach of men's soccer, Shellis Hyndman, as he is entering his final home game at the GCU Soccer Stadium tonight, as he will be retiring at the end of this spring season. So, Coach, 37 years is a long time to be a soccer coach, and you've had a illustrious career to say the least, but what made you get into coaching to start? Why coaching instead of going farther as a professional soccer player?
You know, that's a great question. I think when I came to this country, that I obviously had problems with the language, but I always felt that I was pretty athletic and I did well in sports. And the people that probably influenced me the most into getting into coaching were my high school coaches, who really took an interest in me and helped me and helped me get recognized for colleges. So I wanted to be just like them. I wanted to coach, have an impact on the sport, and also have a fantastic impact on the players that played for me. So that's what got me into coaching.
Now, you talk about the impact on the players. Is there a moment from the past 37 years that you can say, this is why I got into coaching?
Well, the perfect moment would be this year. Justin Rasseman, he was a player that was a good club player, but I was not really sure that he would be a good college player. But he came in with a great attitude, and when I bring players in, I look at talent and I look at attitude. His talent was maybe a B level or high C level, but his attitude was always an A. With that, you get a player that's interested in getting better. With that, you get a player that's committed 12 months out of the year, not just the 3 months of the season. And every time I was giving him more and more information, he would take that information, come back a month later, 6 months later, and perfected it. And he's now turned out to be probably our most productive player in his senior year. Goal-scoring leader of the team last year as well as this year, and he's turned his body from a boy to a man. He's a great teammate. Everybody on the team respects him, likes him, and the coaching staff has recognized that. He's one of our captains. So I don't have to look too far back in my career. I can look right now and say probably the one that I feel that I have one of the greatest impact on is Justin.
Now, you are no stranger to taking teams transitioning to Division I or building a program into a powerhouse. You did it with Eastern Illinois to start, and then at SMU for 24 years, and now here at GCU in your 6th season. What has been the secret, I guess, to your success to being able to build that program into a national power and keep them in that conversation?
Well, I think, first of all, you have to have a purpose, and my purpose has always been to make the team as good as they can be. Now, a lot of things get into that. You have to get the right players, you have to have the support from the university, and you have to find success. And all those programs were very successful because I had the right players, I had support from the universities, and I had the ability to play the schedule I wanted to play. So when Eastern Illinois, went 3 times in 7 years to the Final Four, twice in Division II. In our first year in Division I, we went straight to the NCAA finals, the quarterfinals, I should say, the Final Four as well. So when you look at how Eastern Illinois did the first year in Division I, that was a makeup of some wonderful players who were all committed to perform. When I went to SMU, They were a decent program. It wasn't like they were terrible. They were a decent program, and they, very seldom has ever sniffed the NCAA tournament, and we got in the first year. I think the 24 years I was there, we got into the NCAA tournament 23 times. So we were able to build an unbelievable team, but more importantly, an unbelievable structure, team culture, where players wanted to come play for us. With GCU, it's a program that was really coming from Division II. So it was a big leap to get into Division I, into the NCAA tournament. We did that 2 years ago by winning our conference. It's easier now to recruit. I think we have better developed players. When they come to us, they're already pretty developed, and now we just put them into a team structure. But I think it always comes from the leadership. What is your purpose? We want to find success. We want to have good people and good players. We want them to be respectful. We want them to be a positive influence towards the university. So I think we've been able to stay on those things.
When you come out tonight, are you going to have a flood of emotions? Is it going to hit you when you walk out of that tunnel for the last time here at the soccer stadium? Or will it not hit you till the end of that final whistle?
I think I'm a pretty seasoned person. I think I'm a pretty hard-nosed, been around a bit. But I think I also have a tremendous soft part in my heart. And I think this game will be very emotional for me. But again, I probably won't show it. But just talking about it now, I'm already getting emotional. It's, when you do something for so long a period of time and it's going to come to an end, it's going to come to an end. Now, I do have a few games to play on the road. But this environment here, the support that I have here, walking out with the players, potentially the last time that we'll ever walk out together for a home game, it's going to mean a lot to me.
So, Coach, final question. When you look back on those 37 years, what is your one takeaway that you would take from the last 37 years?
I think the one takeaway for me would be something that you wouldn't expect. When I count the tremendous records and the success, I'm walking away with that. When I think about the losses we had and the heartbreakers at an NCAA final or a quarterfinal game, they're here. They're still here. But that's not what I'm going to be thinking about. I try never to forget a player in my lifetime. The thing that I will never forget is the young men that's played for me. From the first team that I ever coached, 1976, to the last team I ever coached, those players mean a lot to me. And I'm so happy to say that I'm in tremendous contact with them. When I made my announcement that I was retiring, and it was sent out throughout the United States, I had 212 texts within the first 24 hours. I'm happy to say most of those texts were colleagues that I coached against, but the majority of them were players. Players that wishing me the best, tell me stories that they had. It almost took me down a memory lane. So that means a lot to me, and I know this team that'll be going out playing tonight will also know how much it means to me.
Well, Coach, thank you for your time.
15-12 is the score, 7:08 to go. Martin's got it on the far sideline. He'll give it to Christopher. Over to House. He's at the G. Back to Christopher. He'll get a screen. Foul on Oscar Freyer of the Lopes. He's going to get called for the hand check. That's already Oscar's third foul of this first half, and there's still 6:59 left to play in a 3-point lead for Grand Canyon. Freyer's going to have to go to the bench as Sean Miller-Moore, who's played pretty well to this point in this game, he's going to check back in. So Josh Christopher's going to go to the line as that puts the Lopes over the team foul limit. That's their 7th of the half. Christopher to shoot the 1-and-1 for Arizona State. Havoc's trying to make some noise here. Christopher's first free throw, nothing but net, and he'll get a second one to cut the lead for the Sun Devils. Christopher receives the ball. Havoc's trying to get into his head. Limited capacity crowd, but nonetheless has the feel of a full 7,000-seat arena for Grand Canyon. He hits both free throws, and it's 15-14, 6:59 to play. Laver will run the baseline, trying to get it in against this full court pressure. Finds Midgard, pass a little high. Midgard, all 7 foot of him, had to go up to get that one. He'll hand off to Blackshear. They got to get across. They do. He'll stop. Sun Devils bench wanted to travel as Midgard gives the return pass at the top of the key to Blackshear, being guarded by his best friend House. Inside, Midgard off the glass with the right hand on the left side. Lopes lead back up to 3. 6:36 remaining. Here's Jalen House. He'll hand off. Get it over to Christopher, near wing. Going on Sean Miller-Moore. Christopher still with it. He'll kick out. Holland Woods, top of the key. Pull up at the free throw line is good. And another 1-point advantage for Grand Canyon as the Sun Devils trying to cut into it. House begging for a trap on Blackshear. Didn't get it in time as the Lopes get it across all the way to the far side corner for Sean Miller-Moore. He'll hold, set up the offense. Dixon coming around a screen. He'll take 2 dribbles in. Whistle. Offensive foul on Mikey Dixon as the ball wedges itself in between the backboard and the rim. So instead of a jump ball, it'll be a foul on Mikey Dixon, offensive on the charge. Dixon looking at his teammates, pointing to his chest, saying, my bad. Look at that, 2 dribbles, and then right in. Beautiful charge taken by the ASU defense. And Tayshawn Cherry. This is Holland Woods. Christopher, he wants a quick 3, long, off to the right of the rim, and a foul on Graham, number 24 for ASU. He'll get whistled, and it's 17-16 GCU. 5:52 remaining in the opening half between these crosstown rivals who are meeting for the first time as the Division I opponents officially. The last time these two teams met was to open the GCU arena back in 2011, an exhibition game that saw Arizona State coming away with the win. Midgard is at the line for Grand Canyon after the foul on Graham. His first free throw is good. Midgard's free throw shooting has improved greatly over the last couple of weeks. And it's 18-16, 5:52 to go. Dazuba is in for ASU. Midgard, long. Wood's going to get the rebound. He'll cross and hand it to Jalen House, being guarded by Blackshear. He'll go to the far side wing. He'll get something going for the ASU offense, down by a pair. 5:38 to go. Wood's going to pull a 3 short. Midgard, another rebound. He'll hand off. Here's Blackshear trying to push the pace before he can get trapped. ASU's defense has been attempting to do that all game long. Off to Midgard. Back for Dixon. He'll get a screen from Midgard all the way into the corner. Step back, almost lost the dribble. He'll hand off. Laver back to Dixon. Now Blackshear near side wing hits the triple. And it's 21-16 with 5 minutes to play. Javon Blackshear Jr. and the bench is pumped up for the Lopes. They're up by 5. Here's House with it at the C in the midcourt logo. He'll bounce to Cherry. Cherry going to direct some traffic right in front of us here on the near side wing near the Lopes bench. Christopher, guarded by Moore. He'll get a screen. Christopher pulls up at the elbow. Not going to go from that right elbow. And Moore, the rebound. He's going to go in. Takes 2 steps. Knocked away by Cherry. Miller-Moore gets it back. He'll go in. Dish. Laver. Right-handed. Layup. Good. Sean Miller-Moore the assist. Laver the layup. And it's 23-16. 4.5 minutes to play in half number 1. This is the largest lead of the game for Grand Canyon. The 23rd-ranked Sun Devils are in trouble early on. They got to get something to fall. This is House. At the top of the key, gets it to the post. He'll kick it out. Cherry in the corner, guarded by Laver. Finds Woods. Woods going to get trapped at the wing. He'll skip one for Christopher. Christopher, reverse lay-in. Too strong, not going to go. Midgard was playing solid defense, not going to let him go. He was straight up, no whistle. Blackshear driving in, bounce pass to the cutting Miller-Moore. They're going to say he stepped out of play before the charge could be taken. And Sean Miller-Moore questioning if he was truly out of bounds. But he was, as he stepped on the line, and it won't go down. The Lopes up 23-16 as we hit the under 4 media timeout here inside the GCU arena.